don't think we raised money like we do now, 50 years ago, and I don't recall any major projects back then. So I think we've progressed in that regard.
Prior to 1991 or so, we raised money in various ways, and then we took that money and we parceled it out to various projects. No particular one project. And actually that became a detrimental effect on the club on how we raised the money. We found that if we could find one major project, that we could raise money easier. People would be willing to give money when they knew what the projects were going for.
We set a goal to raise $100,000 to support the Arnie Hanna swimming pool. And at that time, that was a huge amount of money for even our club to raise. It was extremely successful, and we did it 2 years in a row.
In other years, we would have a committee and people made proposals, and then we determined the projects. It was quite a vetting process, and it worked out well.
The goal is to have an annual project of at least $100,000. In the last 30 years, we've raised $2.3 million on this basis.
Getting everyone signed in to a particular project makes it go. It's where it becomes a community event. We've given money to a lot of charities to help build brick and mortar type projects. Lydia House is our most recent project.
Of our park, and just things that we today take for granted. The joint project for the food bank, I think, is really a signature project for all the clubs and for what a community can do to respond to a significant community need.
Bellingham Food Bank started in 1972 as a program of the Unitarian Fellowship and pretty quickly became its own independent nonprofit. I started in 2004 and the building was falling apart around us. The roof was very leaky. Everything was cramped. It was pretty depressing. It was sort of the opposite of what we were trying to tell the folks who needed our food bank, which is that we want to serve you with as much dignity as possible. I wrote a proposal to the Bellingham Rotary Club asking to put a new roof on to do some seismic retrofitting. And they very quickly said no, because it wasn't a building worth saving. That's what they recognized. Their vision was a bit bigger and smarter than ours was, and 3 Rotary clubs started talking about working together on getting the food bank the facility that it and the people we were serving deserved. Very early on, club members from the design and build field brought a ton of expertise that then became contagious. Everyone was asked to pitch in where they could. It started with Rotary members, but then went well beyond all the different people who were involved in constructing a 10,000 square foot facility. We opened in June 2008, and instantly we were just able to move food much more efficiently. We could receive more food. We served people much more quickly, so they didn't wait outside nearly as long. They weren't on top of each other. We've more than doubled how many people we're serving, and we're giving out probably a third more food than we were in 2007, and that's what this facility was designed to do. When clients leave, they're leaving with about 60 pounds of food. 70% of that is nutrient dense. It's fresh fruit, it's vegetables, it's milk, it's eggs, it's protein, and that's what folks are walking out with these days because of the support we get from the community. Thank you, Rotarians, for helping make this facility possible. It was a total game changer for the food bank, but more importantly, for the thousands and thousands of families we've served and our facility can now handle.
Each Rotarian has the opportunity to make a difference in this world, and that central focus on the Rotary Club and its members is the fuel that makes the engine go.
Rotary brings together people that have a lot of different skills, but can leverage each other, off each other, and end up being able to do a project larger than anybody individually would take on or could finance.
Having seen it in action, when you think you couldn't possibly make a change, but through the collective efforts of this group, you can make the change. Just being a small cog in that wheel feels really good.
Rotary is the largest community service organization in the world, with 33,000 Rotary clubs now. We are connected throughout the world. For instance, if we have a project, as I have in Honduras, I don't have to go down and sort of stumble my way around, I get connected with individuals who are belonging to Rotary clubs in Honduras. And together we find a way to construct an effort that helps people.
One of our international projects was the water project in a village outside of Kampala in Uganda. The people that were in that area, some of them had to walk 30 miles to get this muddy water that they shared with animals. And I think one of my favorite Rotary moments was seeing the people in that village just go and turn on a faucet and get a glass of clean water that they could drink and not have to boil or do anything with.
Well, certainly Rotary's signature project has been the eradication of polio, and consistently over the last several years have worked very diligently to see that happen.
Rotary's led the way in reducing the cases of polio down to just a few a year in a couple countries. The big benefit of Rotary is there are Rotarians all around the world, and it's those Rotarians that allowed access for health professionals to get to where they needed to go to vaccinate the people in all these different countries.
Being able to attend a Rotary meeting anywhere in the world, it really grounds you in that community, and you're instantly welcomed. You're with a group of people that you can reach out to, and you just have this friendship.
Just as much as people are getting together to either donate money or donate their time, they're getting together to be together. And I think that's what makes Rotary pretty significant, and they have fun in the process.
You know, goodwill, better friendships, building connections that can be put to use when necessary to bring about change.
In my opinion, the most important thing in Rotary is the connection between individual community leaders and community-minded people. Most of the good things that have happened in this community over the years have happened not necessarily because of a Rotary project, but because of Rotarians who came to know each other and like each other in Rotary, getting together and doing things.